Yes, that did work. What am I trying to do? I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to do. So bright. Ow, my eyes. Okay. Does that work? Maybe? Yep. Yep, that works. Okay. Hello everybody and welcome to another Blood High Gaming. I know, my face is horrifying. I'm sorry. I had a really bad day today. And I didn't feel like doing my makeup. Sorry. I wasn't planning on revealing the horror that is my face, but you know, shit happens. Life's what happens when you're making plans, right? So here we are. So hello everybody, welcome to another Blood High Gaming. I was going to play Until Dawn, but by popular demand last night, I had a few people request that we do our videos and scary stories again. So that is what we are going to do. Ow. As I poke myself in the eye. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. I know that last night, I only was able to tell one scary story because it was a lot longer than what I thought it was. I think I got a little too worried about doing like voices and trying to do character and stuff that it took a lot longer than what I had expected it to. But quality over quantity, right? Right? Yeah. Hopefully I scared a few people. Fingers crossed. Mark that off on my bucket list. Scared the crap out of people. So tonight I was going to start out. We were going to continue with our videos, with our scary videos. And then I was going to read some more scary stories. Probably when a few more people get on the stream, then I will ask what topic you guys would like to go with tonight, as I have a few topics. I'm still doing some research, still finding stories as we keep going. Trust me, there will never be a shortage of stories. There's plenty. Tons of them. There's never gonna be an end to them. So, don't worry. Kind of the same thing with scary videos. I mean, the quality of them may go down, but there's never gonna be a shortage of scary videos. People do scary shit. Things are scary in the world. There you go. Okay, so we are going to start with the end.
There is no happy end, it's only just the end. There is no happy end, it's only just the end. There may be happy later, happy now and happy then, but there is no happy end. There is no happy end, it's only just the end. There is no happy end, it's only just the end. There may be happy later, happy now and happy then, but there is no happy end.
I'm going to have that stuck in my head later, I guarantee.
Hold on the nation in response to the sudden disappearance of the sun, with violent riots taking place in just about every major city. We are receiving an influx of reports of ransacking and looting from New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Dallas, and Washington, D.C. With more isolated incidents. We need our president made a public statement this morning urging people to remain calm and stay in their homes. Meanwhile, experts are claiming this phenomenon to be an event similar to New England's Dark Day in 1780, and that things will return back to normal.
That is screaming. Fuck? This is much better quality. Nick, there's a spider web. You saw? Hello, Harley. The fuck is with all the flickering? It's like strobe. Thud, thud. Thud, thud. What is that?
Hello?
Tot, tot, tot. Is it any good? His Twitter account, I mean. I see a light.
Hello?
Okay, I don't even know how to describe this. I was standing in line at the bank, and I'm about 3 people behind the first available teller. And the people are just like sort of filing in and out, going to the available tellers. Suddenly it's my turn, and the guy behind me, right before I go up, says something incredibly offensive.
I hope this doesn't
And
give me
so
trouble.
offensive that I don't even feel comfortable saying it.
Yeah, please don't.
I would never say it. And the fact that anybody said that gets me kind of angry. When I'm looking at this guy, what the heck is going through your head that makes you think it's okay to talk to me like that?
Uh-oh.
And so I grab him. I grab him hard and I bop. I bop him on the head with my head. I give him a head bop.
Head bop.
Oh, and he doesn't appreciate that.
I love that. Head
He'd
bop.
rather not have that happen, that's for sure. But I bop him again.
Bop.
And I say, don't you ever say that. You could hurt someone's feelings. And he gets the message at that point. That's when he understands. It makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach to even think about it. That someone could say that? I'm sorry to get so riled up, but you can't say that. You can't. Not anymore. You're lucky I don't get
Ow, I just
a little
burned-
more
I just
serious
burned
with
myself with wax.
you know? Cut your nuts off, huh?
Damn.
Do it. Don't fuck with me, man. Don't fuck with me. I'll fuck with your nuts, huh? I'll fuck them off. I'll cut you into little pieces, huh? You think I won't cut you? You think I won't cut you into little tiny chunks?
Can't get
You
over that.
don't know me at all.
Bop.
Tell them, boys.
bop.
Don't fuck with this guy. He's the one, okay? Yeah. That's me. These are my boys, and they're always with me. And they support what I say. Thank you, boys. We made the boss happy. Yeah.
Sorry, I love this. That's funny.
Alright. So I'm not gonna cut you today. Boss, cut you some slack. I'm gonna cut you some slack. The only thing I'm gonna cut you today is some slack. Huh? I got it. I figured it out. I can handle it. You're giving me a little bit too much, alright? I need you to back off. Okay? Fuck off, boys. You know what? I don't like saying fuck off to my boys. They don't deserve that. But that's the sort of person that I have to be. Because of people like you. You make it rotten for all of us. And it's just not fair. And I'm just not gonna take it anymore. You have to change.
It does. It so does.
And I take his head into my hands and I bop him one
bop
final
him.
time.
And I bop him. I'm sorry. I just love it. There we go. I accidentally burned myself with wax because I was playing with my candle, and I shouldn't have been. Don't play with fire, kids.
At Big Lots, shop the Sealy Mattress Collection and get more sleepy nights or wild nights and more good nights. All for less while our...
Do not watch this at night. The following video contains content that some viewers may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. I have no idea what this is. I just found this. And it had an interesting title. And I was like, okay. Lights off, headphones on, no hiding in the comment section. If there's a fucking jump scare. Oh, this is the levels. Level 1, images. Oh, that's the clown. He's like buried in a see-through casket. Oh, wait. The Strangers, the movies. I think it's The Strangers. The Sleep Experiment. Fucking Nope. Mannequin with doll face. Looks like somebody kind of edited it. Level complete. Yay! I got past level 1. The last one? Or this one with the levels? This one was one that I found. This one was one that I actually found. I had no idea what it was. Didn't watch it. I just figured out, you know. I kind of just figured that I would, I'd find some and then I would just, add them. And I wouldn't watch them, and this one looked pretty good, so I was like, okay, that's good. And I just put my fucking candle out again. I need to stop. Oh. Whoops. Oh, I love this one. This is actually a really good video. That one? That one's a really good video. Ouch.
When you're born, when you were a little baby.
Oh, that looks good. Ooh. Creepy gif. Love that one. Huh. The thing in the background. I'm not getting up close to it. Something's gonna pop out at me and I'm gonna be like, ah, fuck! Seen that one. Seen that one. Shit! Oh, fucking hell, it was the goddamn headphones. I thought that... I honestly thought that somebody was fucking knocking on my door. Mama. Ugh, don't like that sound. I don't like that sound with that one. That one is Deborah. Ugh. No. Just fucking no. Seen that one. Oh, so they do it again. Don't know that one. Do know this one. Mama again. Ooh! I know this one. Fucking creepy. Fucking creepy. That's the entire video. Ooh. The Possession. That one's on like a million creepypastas. Hi, Sherry! Sorry! The last one was new. Level complete. So stop putting my candle out. Videos! Yay! To the freak show, monsters. Suburban. Suburban freak show. That's creepy. That is fucking creepy. Ooh, I like this one. That's cool. Was that an eye? Whoa. Hold up. That was an eye!
Did you hear that?
It's because you're awesome, Sherry. That sound is weird.
Right outside the door. Right.
I'm throwing old wax into the candle. I like to kind of reuse my wax. Oh, I think I've seen this one. Wait for it. If I remember correctly, when he's like down, like on his knees, like he's crying because like what the fuck, right? If I remember correctly, like she's like staring at him. I think. Yeah, like, see, like, he goes down, and then watch. See, she's right there. Fucking creepy. Fucking creepy. Right there. No fucking way. Oh, this is the one that we saw. I found a story that is that like made me think of this video right here. I found a scary story that reminds me of this particular video. My skull bled. Cause like, see how she like wobbles? There's one that I found that reminds me of this. Levels are this? There to this. See, what's so unsettling about this one to me is the fact that he's crying. And like, that's not like fake crying. That's like terrified crying. The one thing that I kind of don't get is why he seems to be like provoking her.
All your favorite flavors
like he
are
kind
on
of gets
DoorDash.
away, but then he like
now
keeps
we're welcoming
going.
Dunkin. Enjoy a free 25-count of Munchkin's donut holes when you spend $10 or more, plus a $0 delivery fee.
Aww.
DoorDash, every flavor welcome.
That's okay, Sherry.
This is the sound of greatness.
Ish.
Okay. The commercial on that was a fucking asshole. If it had gone straight from the thing into that, I would have been fine. Ow. Okay, we watched this one. We watched that one. This is another one that I found. Again, don't know how well it's going to be. This is another one that I found.
This video is designed to bring out the fear in you, to make you question what is out there, to make you question what that knock was, or what that shadow was in the corner of your eye when you're laying in bed alone in a dark room. This video is a simple challenge. Firstly, it must be watched at night, preferably with headphones on. Secondly, there will be 5 stages, each getting creepier and creepier, in not only footage and images, but in music and audio effects.
Okay.
And thirdly, you must be warned that there may be some jump scares, and we cannot be held responsible for any sleepless nights.
Why?
But challenges without rewards are no fun, so we'll be sending out a ton of I Believe ghost beanies from our store to random subscribers who email challenge@top5s.co.uk that they have completed the challenge following all the above steps. That's
just
all.
Don't like
so
the
hit those
jump
likes
scares
and
just
get
because
ready.
they don't actually, like, they scare me, but they're like a cheap scare, you know what I mean? You clown. And nurse at a house. Okay, the music was a little. Huh. Oh, I bet you this is one of those, nice try. Not this time, though. It all gets me right on the next one. Just poof. Ah! It's gonna get me. I guarantee it. It's gonna get me. I fucking don't like jump scares. Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. Walking a dog. I like that. Okay, level 2. Oh, it's an earthquake. And just really staticky footage. That one's actually a funny video. People in cloaks. Woods. Something in the woods. King Henry VIII with some weird stuff around him. Somebody climbing.
Live TV from 85 plus
flirting.
channels. Watch,
That's
record,
absolutely
binge.
horrifying.
YouTube TV. Try it free.
I mean, romance in general, just oh my god.
Alright. These guys are playing on some tubes. Don't ask me why. What? Whoa, what the heck? Dude, I don't. What? What is it? I'm not seeing it. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Is it still there?
Uh-oh.
Go! No! Run! Run!
Level 3. Dawn. Dawn. Dawn! Oh. Some ghosts going to work. Playground? Yeah.
Dude, what the is that? Dude, look through the night vision. Look on the screen.
Oh.
See, what is that? Hello? Hey, who is that?
A lot.
This is tripping me out, dude.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh!
Oh my god, what is that?
Oh no, I see it, I see it, I see it.
What is that thing? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, okay, just run. Just run. What the hell was that? Jeffrey, if you want to go back to France, just run. Okay, just get in. Get in. Oh, my God.
Oh! Damn. Kitty cat. Almost got me. Not good enough. Yeah, that one's not good. That's... It's the Phantom of the Opera. What is with the river? The river is disturbing me. Oh, wait. I actually see something and then it freaking moves.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
Ew, maggots. Ha, nice try. Level 5, the final level. Maggots. Something dead. Bum. Bum. Funky. Funky. It's a scarecrow, that's what it is. Cool story, bro. What is with the river? The river is probably disturbing me the most. Probably just because I'm like the possibilities of it, I guess. I don't know. Mannequin. Nighttime. Somebody's walking. Okay, you actually got me that time, asshole.
We hope you've enjoyed this video.
Touche, bro. Touche. See, I don't get where this is supposed to be scary. Henry VIII. Yeah. That is... Fucking bitch! I knew you were gonna do that. You are from a freaking Halloween store. God damn it!
No magic stars.
She's a bitch. I don't like her because I was like, I don't get where that's supposed to be scary. That's actually from a Halloween store. And then just as I said that, fucking fucking bit. This one was a suggested one, so I figured why not. I love the Moonlight Sonata. No, not Maggie. Kick their ass, Marge. The fuck did I just watch?
Wow, it's been a wild year.
Hi, Mr. R.D. Hola. Flanders? Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. I'm pretty sure this was Nelson Mandela. I love that.
Wow. It's
That
been a
first
wild year.
one of these.
I won a
I
scholarship,
have not
switched housing,
heard
a
of that,
lot.
Harley. The first one of these really scared the absolute crap out of me, not gonna lie. This is pretty, like, these are really good though. Very gory. I kind of like it. The first one scared the crap out of me though. I think probably because I'm like a big, you know, I'm a big Simpsons fan, and so that was like, whoa. I like how they're still creating a storyline even though they're also following movies. Like, that's really cool.
We will drive off Mr. and Mrs. on little blue chairs. We will drive off Mr. and Mrs. on little blue chairs. We will drive off Mr. and Mrs. on little blue chairs. We will drive off Mr. and Mrs.
Well, don't you love me?
The truth is that I love somebody else.
You do?
This isn't just the Joker. This is, God, I can't think of the other movie.
Bigger, bigger, bigger. I like it because
fame is...
Okay, this one, little background behind this one. This one is one of my favorites. It's not really so scary, just as it's kind of disturbing and a little creepy. So, yeah. Enjoy.
Is a vapor. The only earthly certainty is oblivion.
This is also based... This is based on The Mysterious Stranger by Mark Twain.
Hello.
Who are you?
And this is from a movie titled The Many Adventures of Mark Twain, or The Adventures of Mark Twain, something like that. I'll find out the actual name real quick.
An angel. What's your name?
Warning for religious.
What's the matter? Nothing. Only it's sure a sorry name for an angel. Please, come in.
Come on.
Amazing. It's like an island. Did you see that? How do you learn to do that?
I didn't learn it at all. It comes naturally to me, like other curious things. Are you hungry?
Sure am.
What kind of fruit do you like the most?
Oranges!
Apples?
Grapes!
Ooh. Where'd he go?
What happened to him?
There. Oh boy.
Can we help?
You may make some people.
I'll make the king and queen.
I'm gonna make a soldier.
that little village.
There, here's a buddy.
Now we'll give them life.
Moving.
Looks like my pap on Saturday night.
Look, they're moving.
There's like regular people.
I wish I could do that.
I find you humans quite interesting, even though you are a worthless, greedy lot. How annoying that sound is. Fools. What fascinations there are on this planet. Strange mortals with curious customs. We'll have a storm now, and an earthquake if you like. You must stand aside, out of danger. For I do not know what it is.
You murdered him.
Never mind them. People are of no value. We could make more sometime, if we need them. Life itself is only a vision, a dream. Nothing exists save empty space, and you are but a thought.
Jeffrey,
I want to go home.
I reckon I'm getting out of here.
the fuck?
No way, Huck. Mr. Twain, close the door. Mr. Twain, close the door.
Remember your old friend, Injun Joe?
I have never seen that part.
Mr. Twain, why did you do that?
I realize that from the cradle up, I have been like the rest of the
Okay. Anyway, that is yeah, that is a clip of from a movie titled The Adventures of Mark Twain, which was made in 1985. And that snippet, the one with Satan, was based off of Mark Twain's story, The Mysterious Stranger. And yeah, it's kind of a little bit disturbing. This next one is titled The Sandman, and it was made in 1992, and it is based upon a legend. I believe it is I want to say Swedish, or maybe Icelandic. I can't remember. It is a legend, and in this one, you will find that the Sandman is a little more creepy than just a man walking around putting sand in your eyes. Enjoy. This looks like it was done by Tim Burton. I'm sorry, Jeffrey. I really should stop tapping on you. Clock. Time for bed, dear. Dun, dun, dun. Right? Okay, so that lovely little video is called The Sandman. It is a scary short film by Paul Berry. It was filmed in the UK and was nominated for an Academy Award. Oh, there he is, wandering around. Looking for his eyes. The Sandman is based on an old German legend called Der Sandman. He is a wicked man who comes to children when they don't go to bed and throws a handful of sand into their eyes so that they start bleeding out from their heads. He puts their eyes in a bag and carries them to the crescent moon to feed his own children, who sit in a nest up there. They have crooked beaks like owls so that they can pick up the eyes of naughty human children. So that's fun. So I think that this is going to be our last video of the evening. I'm going to have to get more videos, obviously. I need more videos. We only have 2 more after this. And those are like very short. So we're going to watch this one. I will research for some new ones. And then we'll do this one. Then I will ask you guys a question. We'll do stories, plural. We will get more than one story in tonight, I promise. And then yeah, So, let's go ahead. Okay, thank you, Harley. I will add it to the list for next time. Thank you so much. So, let's get started on this one. Oh, that was fast.
Thank you, Jimmy. That was fantastic. Now, I understand you closed the last year's Koala Festival.
I did, actually, and I put together a little something that goes like that.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that's...
Plot is nothing great. I mean, it's basically a glorified movie, the week kind of plot, you know.
I like it
Across the
already.
ocean.
They crash land on an island, a deserted island, full of dinosaurs.
Wow.
And
Dude,
see, Noah's
idea,
Ark-
don't listen to talk radio. Just an idea. If you're that tired. Hi, Bailey! Yeah, and lucky for you guys, lucky, you also get to see what I look like without makeup. No filter, no makeup, no fooling hair. Just pure terrifying face. So, enjoy. Shit. Ugh. Ouch. It's a mannequin.
Hello? Hello?
No. Just plain old me. In all my glory, or horror, or whatever you want to put it as. I had a really, really, really bad day, and I just did not feel up to doing anything to myself today, so I was just like, fuck it. I quit. Ooh. They move. Are they gonna drop a bomb on the town or something? Like be one of those like test sites for like one of those test sites for like the atomic bomb. Is that what's gonna happen? I could see that happening. Thank you. I really hope so too. Today was one of those days that it really tests you, man. I just didn't feel like faking it today, so here I am. Seriously, is someone gonna drop a bomb on him or something? Why the kid? Oh, ouch. I cried a lot today. I'm sorry that you cried too, Harley. Oh my god. Okay, so story time. Let's go here. Okay, so I have several stories. I guess I'm going to ask what theme we'd like to follow today. Would we like to follow urban legends? Would we like to follow just scary stories? Would we like to follow Halloween stories? Would we like to follow Japanese urban legends? Or fairy tales? Yeah. I think that's what I've got. Oh, right, Harley, I forgot your story. I feel bad. I forgot. I shouldn't have forgot. Did you send it to me? I don't see it. Whoops, that is not what I meant to. I'm not seeing it. Did you send it to me? Japanese horror, okay. I did scroll up. Scroll up. Oh, okay. The John Sullivan? That one? Am I right? Like, it starts with John Sullivan? Is that what I'm looking at? Okay, awesome. So I will tell that story. Okay. And these are really short, so they shouldn't take long, and then we'll jump to the Japanese. Because, yeah, these are, I mean, short enough that they fit into a message, so awesome. One morning, John Sullivan found himself walking along a street downtown. He could not explain what he was doing there, or how he got there, or where he had been earlier. He didn't even know what time it was. He saw a woman walking toward him and stopped her. "I'm afraid I forgot my watch," he said and smiled. "Can you tell me the time?" When she saw him, she screamed and ran. Then John Sullivan noticed that people were afraid of him when they saw him coming. They flattened themselves against a building or ran across the street to stay out of his way. "There must be something wrong with me," John Sullivan thought. "I'd better go home." He hailed up a taxi, but the driver took one look and sped away. John Sullivan did not understand what was going on, and it scared him. Maybe someone at home can come and get me, he thought. He found a telephone and called his wife, but a voice he did not recognize answered. "Is Mrs. Sullivan there?" he asked. "No, she's at a funeral," the voice said. "Mr. Sullivan was killed yesterday in an accident downtown." Dun, dun, dun. I liked that. That was good. I love those little twist ones like that. That was good. Okay, story numero dos. Fred and Jean. I'm sorry. Fred and Jean went to the same high school, but they met for the first time at the Christmas dance. Fred had come by himself, and so had Jean. Soon, Fred decided that Jean was one of the nicest girls he had ever met. They danced together most of the evening, and at 11 o'clock, Jean said, "I have to leave now. Can you give me a ride?" "Sure," he said. "I've got to go home, too. I accidentally drove my car into a tree on my way over here," Jean said. I guess I wasn't paying attention." Fred drove her to the head of Brody Road. It was in a neighborhood he didn't know very well. "Why don't you drop me off here?" Jean said. The road was in really bad condition. "I can walk from here." Fred stopped the car and held out a tinsel. "Have some. I got it from the dance." "Thank you," she said. "I'll put it in my hair." And she did. "Would you like to go out sometime? Or to a movie or something?" Fred asked. "That would be fun," Jean said. After Fred drove off, he realized that he didn't know Jean's last name or her telephone number. "I'll go back," he thought. "The road can't be that bad." He drove slowly down Brady Road through a thick woods, but there wasn't a sign of Jean. As he came around a curve, he saw the wreckage of a car on fire. Smoke was still rising from it. As Fred made his way to the car, he could see someone trapped inside, crushed against the steering column. It was Jean. In her hair was the Christmas tinsel he had given her. I really love those. Those are good. They remind me of like the one with the girl who like the sweater one. The one, I can't think of it at the moment. Well, thank you, Harley, for sending me those. Of course, everybody send me scary videos, scary stories. I will read them. I will watch them, and it gives us more material that I don't have to go hunting for. So I'm very thankful for it. Next, we will start Japanese urban legends. And I think a good place to start out is one of my personal favorites. Her name is Teke Teke. Teke Teke is a scary Japanese urban legend about a girl who fell under a train and was cut in half. She took a long time to die, and now her ghost roams through Japan, dragging her top half along using her claw-like hands. Every time she moves, she makes a teke teke sound. Or there is a story about a young boy who was leaving his school one evening when he heard a noise behind him. Looking back, he saw a beautiful girl sitting at a window. The girl had her arms propped up on the windowsill and was just staring out at him. He wondered why she was there, because it was an all-boys school. When she saw him looking at her, the girl smiled and hugged herself so that she was holding her elbows. Then, suddenly, she leaped out of the window and landed on the ground outside. The boy realized with horror that she was missing the lower half of her body. She made her way towards him, clawing along the ground and running on her hands, making a teke 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 sound. The boy was filled with terror and revulsion. He tried to run, but he was frozen to the spot. Within seconds, she was upon him, and she took out a scythe and cut him in half. What the fuck was that? Okay. Making him into one of her own. When the kids tell this story, they warn each other about Teke Teke. They say she carries a sharp saw or a scythe, and if she catches you, she'll cut you in half, and you'll become just like her. She is said to chase children who play at dusk. She is also known as Bata Bata. Again, the sound of it running on its elbows, or the girl that runs on her elbows. Oh, of course I would. I would love to. I would love to, Sherry. There is also an American version of this story called Click Clack. The next one, I won't say her Japanese name. You can look it up. But I don't want to butcher it. I don't want to mess it up. So I'm just gonna refer to her as her English name, which is the Slit-Mouthed Woman. The Slit-Mouthed Woman is a scary Japanese urban legend about a disfigured Japanese woman who brandishes a large pair of scissors and preys on children. She has an enormous slit mouth, which extends from ear to ear in a horrible, permanent smile. The slit-mouthed woman walks the streets of Japan wearing a surgical mask and hunting for children. If you cross her path, she will stop you and ask you a question. If you give her the wrong answer, there will be horrible consequences. Picture the scene. You're walking home from school, and your path takes you down a deserted city street. Suddenly, you hear a faint noise coming from the shadows. You glance over and see a beautiful woman standing there. She has long black hair and is wearing a beige trench coat. A surgical mask covers the lower half of her face. In Japan, wearing a surgical mask is not uncommon during flu season to prevent spreading germs. Also pretty common nowadays. She steps out of the shadows and blocks your path. "Am I beautiful?" she asks. before you can answer, she tears off her mask, revealing a hideously deformed face. Her huge mouth is sliced from ear to ear and gapes open, revealing rows of sharp teeth and a big, red, disgusting tongue twisting and twirling inside. "Am I beautiful now?" she screams. Terrified, you struggle to answer her. If you say no, she pulls out a huge pair of scissors and kills you immediately, chopping off your head. If you say yes, she takes her scissors and slices your mouth from ear to ear, making you look just like her. If you try to run away, she will hunt you down and kill you by slicing you in two. The only way to escape from the slit-mouthed woman is to give a non-committal answer. If you say, "You look average," or "You look normal," she will be confused, giving you just enough time to run away. There are many rumors about the slit-mouthed woman. There are many rumors about how the slit-mouthed woman got her horribly disfigured mouth. Some say that her slit mouth is the result of a plastic surgery that went horribly wrong. Others say that she was injured in a terrible car crash. Some even believe she is an escaped mental patient who was so demented that she cut her own mouth apart. According to one legend, years ago in Japan, there lived a very beautiful woman who was extremely vain and self-absorbed. Her husband was very jealous and a brutal man, and he became convinced that she was cheating on him. In a fit of rage, he took a sword and slit her mouth from ear to ear, screaming, "Who will think you're beautiful now?" She became a vengeful spirit and began wandering the streets of Japan wearing a surgical mask to hide her terrible scars. The slit-mouthed woman's reign of terror began in the spring and summer of 1979, when rumors began to spread throughout Japan about sightings of the slit-mouthed woman hunting down children. The story spread like wildfire and actually created scares in many towns. Police increased their patrols, and schools sent teachers to walk students home in groups. In 2004, South Korea was plagued by reports of a red-masked woman who was chasing children. In 2007, a coroner found some old records from the late 1970s about a woman who was chasing little children but was hit by a car and died shortly after. Her mouth was ripped from ear to ear. The USA has its own version of the slit-mouthed woman. There were rumors about a clown who appeared in public bathrooms and accosted children, saying, "Do you want death or a happy smile?" If you choose happy smile, he took out a knife and slit your mouth from ear to ear. Okay, no problem, Sherry. You can just send it to me through any of my social media. So I thought that one would be a really good story, considering with COVID and everything, all the masks. I mean, come on. Who could resist? Am I right? Right? Okay. Let me find... By the way, for any of you who are wanting to know where I found these stories, I'm finding them. This is gonna sound really funny. This has been a just go-to site for me since middle school, and you would honestly think that it would be for kids, but it has a lot of really creepy stories, and I absolutely adore it. And so I have used it for a lot. And this is the website. It is called scaryforkids.com, and it has all kinds of scary stories, all sorts. Of course, there's also, as you can see above, there are scary stories, scary games, scary pictures, scary movies, scary videos, scary things. I absolutely loved it. It helped me to do my senior project, which I told you guys about. And, I mean, it just, you would think that it wouldn't really have some good stuff, but it does. It does. Obviously not sponsored. But, you know, I just thought that I would, you know, give credit where credit is due. I mean, this website is just amazing to me. So, okay, next one. Trying to find it. Kayako. Kayako is a scary Japanese urban legend about a woman who was murdered by her husband and came back as a vengeful ghost. This story appeared in the movie The Grudge, or Ju-on in Japan. So this is the actual story of The Grudge for anybody who has seen The Grudge. Instagram is fine. The link should be in the description. I do have a Discord, but I don't get on it very often. So, I think Instagram would probably be the best for you to send it. Excuse me. When my neighbors keep making noise, and it is scaring the crap out of me. When Kayako was a young girl, her parents neglected her. She spent most of her time feeling depressed and lonely. She didn't have any friends, and the other children at school thought she was creepy and made fun of her. Kayako grew up and got married to a man named Teoko Seke. Or Teko Seke. Sorry if I'm butchering these names, I'm trying. She felt like he was the only person in the world who cared about her. They lived a happy life together, and she gave birth to a little boy named Toshio. One day, her husband was snooping around in their bedroom and found her diary. When he read it, he became convinced that she was cheating on him. When she came home from work and went upstairs, he was waiting for her, holding a knife. He attacked her, beating her and slashing her viciously right in front of their young son. Kayako tried to flee, but her husband chased her. He was almost out of his mind with rage. Covered with blood, she slipped and fell, breaking her ankle. Desperate to escape, she crawled down the stairs, but when she reached the front door, her husband grabbed her. He took her head in both his hands and twisted it around, breaking her neck. Kayako was still alive, but she was paralyzed. The only sound she could make was a hoarse death rattle. Her husband dragged her upstairs, put her in a black plastic bag, and left her in the attic to die. Then he got their son and drowned him in the bathtub and stuffed his body in a closet. Because she died in such pain, anguish, and rage, Kayako came back as a vengeful ghost. She appeared to her husband and strangled him with her hair. He was found lying in the street, and the police thought he took his own life. Ever since then, Kayako's ghost haunts the house in which she died. They say that if you go into that house, you will hear Kayako's hoarse, choked death rattle. Then you will see her crawling down the stairs, covered in blood, and rolling her broken neck around with a sickening, cracking sound. Which obviously, The Grudge. Jackie, hi! So, there is that story. Next one that I have is the true story behind The Ring. Sadako Yamamura, I hope I didn't butcher that, is the ghost girl from the Ring movies who appears in a cursed videotape. Her story is based on a real girl named Sadako who was a psychic and lived in Japan in the early 1900s. Her psychic ability was that she was able to project words and images onto film. When Sadako was a young girl, she was very melancholy and depressed. She seldom spoke and never played with other children, spending all of her time alone. Sadako's mother was a psychic, and she conducted several experiments with a psychic researcher named Dr. Fukure. When the doctor published the results of his experiments, other scientists accused Sadako's mother of being a fraud and said she faked her psychic abilities. Sadako's mother was so distraught by all the criticism that she committed suicide. Sadako was devastated by her mother's death and lived with her father on a remote island. As she grew older, she began to develop psychic powers of her own. When her father learned of her psychic powers, he brought her to Dr. Fukure in Tokyo. The doctor forced Sadako to participate in many experiments that involved using her mind to make words and images appear on photographic film. In Japan, they call this nensha, which means thought photography or thoughtography. Sadako produced a number of these photographs, and nobody could explain how it was done. Mr. Fukure wanted to publish another book, but remembering what had happened to her mother, Sadako refused. She told him she was going to leave and would never return. Nobody knows for sure what happened after that. Some people believe that the doctor murdered Sadako. They say he lured her out to the woods near the hospital and strangled her. Then he threw her body down a nearby well and sealed it with large rocks to keep her hidden forever. However, Sadako was not really dead. When she woke up, she was trapped in the well and couldn't get out. She attempted to escape by scaling the walls, but failed every time, breaking off her nails and fingertips in the process. The poor girl survived in the well for 7 days before she finally died, with her heart full of hate. With her last breath, she vowed to have her revenge on the world. Sadako's rage and terror and the manner in which she died combined with her psychic powers to create a terrible curse or grudge. This resulted in a series of inexplicable images being projected into a mysterious, unmarked videotape. Sadako appears in the videotape as a shadowy young woman dressed in a white gown. Her face is covered by long black hair. They say that if you watch the video, you will die in 7 days. The only way to avoid the curse is to make a copy of the videotape and give it to somebody else. So that is that one. Excuse me. Okay, next story. Awesome, Jackie. Yes, I do. That's funny, Harley. Okay, the next story. The next story's name is The Red Room. It is a scary Japanese urban legend about a pop-up that appears when you're surfing the internet. They say that if you close it, you will die. There was a boy who was addicted to the internet. He heard an urban legend about the Red Room from one of his friends at school. That evening, when the boy got home, he went on the internet to see if he could find out anything more about it. All of a sudden, a small window popped up with a red background. Written in black was the message, "Do you like?" The boy closed the window, but it popped up again. He tried numerous times to close it, but it just kept reappearing. Eventually, the boy noticed the question had changed. Now it read, "Do you like the Red Room?" And in the background, a childlike voice said, "Do you like the Red Room?" Just then, the screen went black, and a list of names appeared in red. At the bottom of the list, the boy saw the name of his friend, the one who told him about the Red Room. All of a sudden, the boy became aware of something behind him, and he lost consciousness. The next day, the boy didn't turn up for school. There was a rumor going around that something had happened to him. The next day, his classmates heard the horrible news. The boy had committed suicide, painting his room red with his own blood. It's a weird one. I could swear that I've heard a version of that story that's like, I don't know, way creepier, I guess is what I'm thinking. Like way more detailed. Okay, so remember that video that we watched with the woman and the person's like screaming and they're backing up. The woman just keeps coming up and she's like kind of wobbling. This story sounds to me like that. Kune Kune is a Japanese urban legend about a mysterious apparition that is sometimes seen in the countryside. In Japan, people call it Kune Kune, which means something that is meandering, swaying, or twisting and turning. See? I told you, it's just like that video. It might be that. It might be that. They say you should never look directly at it, or it'll drive you insane. Kune Kune is described as an unidentifiable white squiggle, moving back and forth in the distance. Nobody knows exactly what it looks like because anyone who has seen it has lost their mind. One Japanese man tells of an encounter he had as a child with Kune Kune. Whoops. My computer just turned off. There we go. When I was young, my parents brought my older brother and I to visit my grandfather and grandmother. We didn't see her very much because she lived way out in the countryside at Akita. As soon as we arrived at our grandparents' house, my brother and I went out to play. The air was much fresher and cleaner than it was in the city. We walked through the rice fields, enjoying the wide open spaces. The sun was high in the sky and there was no breeze. The heat was stifling, and after a while, I started to get tired. Then my brother stopped suddenly. He was staring at something in the distance. "What are you looking at?" I asked. "That thing over there," he replied. The rice fields stretched as far as the eye could see, and the area was completely deserted. I squinted my eyes, but I couldn't make out what it was. Far away across the field, there was a white thing, about the size of a person. It was moving and wriggling as if it was fluttering in the breeze. "Maybe it's a scarecrow?" I said. "That's not a scarecrow," my brother replied. "Scarecrows don't move like that." "Maybe it's a sheet then," I said. "No, it's not a sheet," he replied. "There are no other houses around here. Besides, there's no wind. It's still moving and wriggling. What the heck is that thing?" I had a strange and uneasy feeling in the pit of my stomach. My brother ran back to the house, and when he returned, he was carrying a pair of binoculars. "Oh, can I see?" I asked excitedly. I made a grab for the binoculars, but he pushed me back. "No, me first," he said with a chuckle. "I'm the oldest. You can have a look when I'm done." As soon as my brother put the binoculars up to his eyes, I noticed his expression suddenly changed. His face grew pale, and he broke out into a sweat. He dropped the binoculars on the ground, and I could see fear in his eyes. What was it? I asked nervously. My brother replied slowly, There it is. There it is. There it is. It was not my brother's voice. Without another word, he turned and started walking back to the house. Something didn't feel right. With trembling hands, I bent down and picked up the binoculars, but I was too scared to look through them. In the distance, the white object was still twisting and turning. Just then my grandfather came running over. What are you doing with those binoculars? He asked. Nothing, I replied. Just looking at that white thing over there. What? He shied. You shouldn't look at that. He snatched the binoculars from my grasp. Did you see it? He demanded angrily. Did you look at it through the binoculars? No, I said in a meek voice. Not yet. My grandfather sighed with relief. Good, he said. That's good. Without knowing why, I was sent back to the house. When I walked into the kitchen, everyone was crying. My brother was rolling around on the ground, laughing like a crazy person. He was on his back, and his body was wriggling and twisting just like the white thing in the distance. I couldn't understand what was going on. It was horrible to see him like that. I burst into tears. He wasn't my brother anymore. He had completely lost his mind. The next day, my parents decided to take us home. My grandmother and grandfather stood on their porch, sadly waving sadly to us as the car pulled away. I sat in the back seat with my brother, wiping the tears from my eyes. My brother was still laughing like a mental patient. They had to tie him up to stop him moving around. His face was twisted into a wide smile, and he looked like he was happy, but when I saw in his eyes, I realized he was crying. It sent a chill down my spine. His cheeks were wet with tears, but he just kept laughing and laughing. My father pulled over to the side of the road and got out of the car. He took out the binoculars and furiously smashed them on the street. Then, without saying anything, he got back into the car and kept on driving. Another Japanese man tells of his experience with the twister, kune-kune, when he was a young boy. When I was a little boy, I lived in a small town by the seashore in Chiba Prefecture. One evening, my uncle took me for a walk on the beach. As we strolled down the strand, I looked out to the sea and noticed something white in the distance. It was long, and the thing swayed back and forth. I wondered what it could be. What's that thing in the sea? I asked my uncle. He gazed at it, and I saw his eyes grow wide and his face turn pale. There was a terrified look in his eyes. He couldn't stop staring at it. Run for your life, he shouted frantically. I didn't know what was going on, but I was so scared, so I ran back home and told my grandfather. He went pale. That's kune-kune, he said. You're lucky you got away from it. You should never look directly at it. Where's your uncle? He's still at the seashore, I replied, my voice shaking. I've got to rescue my son, my grandfather said, and he took off as fast as he could to the seashore. I followed close behind him, worried and frightened. My grandfather from a distance, I could see my uncle still standing on the beach. It was as if he was frozen to the spot, staring at the meandering thing far out to sea. My grandfather broke a branch off a tree and approached my uncle, muttering some kind of prayer under his breath. He kept his eyes cast down, careful not to look at the white thing. My grandfather managed to drag my uncle away and brought him home. Although my uncle was saved, he suffered from fits of madness and insanity for the rest of his life. Since it happened, he's been in and out of mental homes many times. He was never the same after that. Okay, this next one isn't as scary, I would say, but I thought it was a good one. So the tripping bathroom is a Japanese urban legend about a restroom in a company where the workers keep falling. This is supposed to be a scary story, and this This is supposed to be a true story, and it happened in Uda City, Nagano, Japan. The bathroom in our company is a little strange. It's a place where a lot of people trip and fall. The strange thing is, there's nothing there to trip over. Yesterday, my friend Yuki was in the bathroom. When she came out of the stall, she tripped over and fell on the tiled floor. She scraped her knee really badly. We took her to the break room and helped her put on a Band-Aid on her bleeding knee. "Are you all right?" I asked. "Yes, I guess so," Yuki replied weakly. "You really are careless," laughed Sakura, one of our coworkers. "It's not my fault," Yuki protested. "Sato-san from the sales department fell in the bathroom last week, and the week before, so did Honda-san." "And even though you knew that, you still fell," Sakura said. "You're so clumsy. How do people keep tripping in there? You need to be more careful." I couldn't say anything. I didn't want to be the one to tell the others. A few days later, Sakura was in the bathroom. When she came out of the stall, she fell too. She said it felt as if she tripped over something, even though there was nothing there. "Now who's the one who's careless?" Yuki chuckled. "Wasn't my fault," Sakura complained. "When you step out of that stall, it's as if something's there. Last time, when you tripped in the bathroom, didn't you feel like you tripped over something?" "What do you mean?" asked Yuki. "There's nothing there," said Sakura, "but it felt like... oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just my imagination." "Midori, when you go into the bathroom, be careful," they told me. "It would be weird if all three of us had Band-Aids on our knees." I laughed nervously and assured them I would be careful. But I know I won't trip and fall. That's because I'm the only one who can see them. The dead women lying on the bathroom floor, tripping everyone who comes out of the stalls. Let's see how long this one is. Okay, last one for the night. This one is an urban legend called Kokori-san. Kokori-san is the most famous Japanese game, or the most scary game, the most famous scary game in Japan. It is similar to a Ouija board and is mostly played by Japanese school children who want to summon a spirit so they can ask questions about the future. Disclaimer: do not play with Ouija boards. Do not play Kokori-san. Do not play anything that contacts spirits. When you do, you are opening the door to let anything and everything in, and it can really fucking screw you over. Just saying. And 90% of the people who play with a Ouija board, or this, or any of the other message board crap, don't even really know how the fuck to play with it, and so they end up doing it wrong, and they end up getting cursed, or letting something in, or not saying goodbye, or something like that, leaving some sort of door open, and it ends up causing a lot of trouble. Don't fucking do it. I have never heard from anybody who has ever messed with any of this stuff. I've never heard of just nothing happened. Never once heard any stories like that. Even when nothing happened, something happened later. Don't fucking do it. I have my own experiences. Trust me. Kokori-san, tell me when is the date of my death? Two Japanese girls watch in breathless anticipation as a 10-yen coin begins to slide across a sheet of paper, slowly spelling out the answer. Kokori-san is Japan's answer to the Ouija board, and it has been played in schoolrooms across the country for years. The game became so widespread in Japan that it sparked several hysterias in the media, and many schools officially banned students from playing the game. Using a Ouija board can be dangerous because it can accidentally summon demons or open people up to the possibility of being possessed. Kokori-san is much less dangerous since the spirit who is summoned is a trickster spirit from the Shinto religion. However, it is still a spirit, and it is a trickster spirit. It is not completely safe. I have played it. It is not completely safe. Hold on. I think one of my cats is fucking with me. Yeah, it is. Okay. Sorry. One of my cats is like messing with me. Okay. Kokori-san is the name of the spirit who is summoned during the game and provides the answers. It is an animal spirit that is a mixture between a fox, a dog, and a raccoon. Kok, kitsune, fox, ku, inu, dog, and ri, tanuki, raccoon. The fox can be either a trickster or a teacher. The dog is loyal and protecting, and the raccoon is full of mischief, but is also a bringer of good luck. All of these qualities are combined in Kokori-san. Young people ask many questions, like, Kokori-san, who loves me? Or, Kokori-san, will I become rich and famous? But just remember that there are some questions you are better off not knowing the answer to. To play Kokori-san, you need at least 2 people, a sheet of paper, a pen, and a coin. Step 1. Yes, I'm going to tell the whole thing. I really probably shouldn't, but, you know, fuck it, why not? Step 1. Take a blank sheet of paper and draw a tori, a traditional Japanese gate, at the top in red ink. Write yes, no on either side of the tori. Beneath this, write a row of numbers from 0 to 9 and 3 rows of letters from A to Z. Step 2. Open a window or a door so that Kokori-san will be able to enter the room. The tori represents the gateway to a Shinto shrine, and the spirit will enter and exit through it. Step 3. Place a coin on the red tori. Each person should put their index finger on the coin. Step 4. Call the spirit by saying, Kokori-san, Kokori-san, if you're here, please move this coin. Step 5. You can ask whatever questions you like. It will move the coin to spell out the answer. Step 6. To end the game, you must ask Kokori-san to leave by saying, Kokori-san, Kokori-san, please return home. The coin will move to yes and then come to a rest on the red tori. Step 7. When you are certain Kokori has left, you must destroy the paper. Either tear it to pieces or burn it. You must also spend the coin you used before the end of the next day. Warning! Kokori-san is not dangerous, and it is a much safer alternative to the Ouija board. However, we still don't recommend that you play it. Many people have become upset and depressed if they received answers they do not like. Also, always remember that Kokori-san is a trickster spirit and can easily lie to you. Also, remember, this is still a spirit. Okay? This is still a gateway. This is still a door. Yes, it is safer. But it is still, you know, you're still fucking with shit that you really shouldn't be fucking with. Okay? Take it from somebody who's played it. Because me, I'm not a big fan of Ouija boards. I've heard tons of horror stories. Story time from me. When I was in high school, I wasn't a big fan of Ouija boards. Didn't like them. Heard way too many horror stories. Knew way too many people who got into a lot of trouble because of Ouija boards. So, I didn't want to do a Ouija board, but I wanted something safer. As I said before, loved this website. Came across this. Decided, hey, I want to do it. I'm interested. So I did. Like I said, wasn't nearly as bad as a Ouija board. A lot safer. However, it is a trickster. He does lie. Does play tricks on you. It was a very scary experience. And a lot of my I played with a couple of friends, and it lied. I mean, a lot. It was kind of pointless, to be honest. And we ended up getting more scared than anything, and the answers really weren't good answers, so kind of pointless. Just story time. I think, yeah, because the only other ones that we have are like long. I guess I could tell this one. Yeah, this one's short. Okay, one more. I lied. One more. Okay, Jackie, I will. This next one, if you are like me and you don't like bathrooms and you get scared of bathrooms, you're gonna hate me. This next one is called Hanako-san. Hanako-san is a Japanese urban legend about the ghost of a young girl that's supposed to haunt school toilets, opening and closing doors, and scaring anyone who enters the bathroom, knocks on her stall, and calls her name. Hanako, the ghost in the toilet, almost achieved the status of a national phenomena in Japanese legend 20 years ago, when a wave of stories of ghost sightings swept through the nation's schoolyards. Every child had a Hanako story to tell. The stories, of course, are many and varied, but every school child in Japan, at one time or another, has stood in dread and anticipation as he or she ventured into the school toilet alone. This is similar to the legend of Kashima Riko, a female ghost without legs who also lives in the school bathrooms, which I will probably tell you later. That one is an interesting one. I have a few that that one, hers, if you read the story, it is said that she will come to you within a month. And then I have another one called Tomino's Hell, which if you recite the poem out loud, it is said that you will die. Both of which I've done. Nothing yet. It's like 10 years later, but still, it can be. It gave me many sleepless nights. So, she calls out, "Where are my legs?" when people enter the bathroom. The correct way to answer her varies. In one version, you have to say, Kashima Riko, Kamen mask, Shinin, dead person, Ma, demon. Yet another version features Aomanto or Akamanto, a male ghost who waits in the last stall in the girls' bathroom. Anyone entering the bathroom hears a voice asking, which do you prefer, the red paper or the blue paper? Okay. If they pick red, he kills them by slashing their back or neck repeatedly with a blade to make them look like they're wearing a red cape. If they pick blue, then they're killed by hanging. He is known as Akamanto, Aoimato, Aoi Henten, Akakami, or Aokami. That one wasn't much of a story. That one really wasn't much of a story. That had less to do with Hanako than anything. But yeah, I have all sorts of creepy bathroom tales because fuck bathrooms. Okay, stop looking at me like that, please. Okay, so I think that I also have this story, just so you know, for later. Okay, so, ouch. So, thank you I think I will call it a night here. I guess on Friday, yes, we will go back to Until Dawn, I assume. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, follow me on my social media. Thank you for loving me despite my face. Like, comment, share, subscribe, follow me on my social media. All of the links are in the description down below. And as always, sweet nightmares, everybody.